Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Radha Govinda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Govinda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Welcome. Thank you for coming. Just singing the name a little bit. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hey, Jocelyn, welcome. Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Okay. All right.
Thanks for using.
So maybe we'll read a little from the books.
Bluetooth connected.
Let's see here. Gosh. Feel a little frazzled today. I had to get some work done on the van, running here and there. I kind of had a routine, watching, listening to some of the stuff going on in the world. One of those days, nice to get back to hearing and chanting about the absolute truth. Okay, so why don't we start out with we'll use the microphone a little bit. Let's try that.
Thanks for using.
Oops.
Bluetooth connected. Professional mode. Pop mode. Host mode.
So let's see here. Let's start out with some Gita Rita. Hey, Shamaguri, you're up early today. I think I got to get a fan on me here too because it's pretty hot. All right, look at this fan. All right. Oh, it's a little better. Hey, Haridara. Welcome. Okay, let's see. Bibles. A lot of books here, but oh, here, oh, yipes. Here it is. Okay. Oops. Okay. All right. So this is the chapter 15, the Yoga of the Supreme Person. Krishna says, hey, Partha, it is said that there is an imperishable banyan tree that has its roots upward and its branches downwards, and whose leaves are the Vedic hymns. One who knows this tree is the knower of the Vedas. The branches of this tree extend downward and upward, nourished by the three modes of material nature. Its tender buds are the objects of the senses. This tree also has roots going down, and these are bound to fruitive actions of human society. Its roots are in the Brahmaloka, extend to this world. The living beings desire sense enjoyment and work to obtain it. You know, we're also going to do, let's read from Prabhupada's. So he has some purports on this too, this is pretty deep stuff. But let's try it. Let's see. So we'll read some of that Gita Rita, also chapter 15, and also Prabhupada's. Let's see if I can find the original. Okay. This will be a challenge. Oops, I'm offline. So I'm offline. Do this. I can't do it because I'm offline on this thing. So, okay, so we'll just continue. Um, the living beings desire sense enjoyment and work to obtain it. This increases their desires, and they work even harder to get varieties of new sense objects offered by the material world. Isn't it nice that we have this sadhu sangha, which is a place to cultivate spiritual desire, and there's a work to obtain it also. So this work is talking about Krishna, chanting his name amongst ecstatic devotees. So this this, just like fruitive activities and the desire to attain these objects of the senses, it increases our bond with material. See, that's why people back and forth, birth and death. Here, this increases our bond with God, in His transcendental nature, which is wonderful. People coming here, yeah, which is really wonderful. Yeah. So increasing our desire for spiritual life, for the life, life of prema, devotion. So yeah, it's very good. And work to obtain it. So this is our work here. This increases their desires, and they work harder to get varieties of new sense objects offered by the material world. Uh-oh. It froze it. Okay, there we go. You know what? This thing is getting hot. Oh my God. Oh yeah, I don't know what's going on. My phone is getting really hot. Okay, I might have to. God, face. One of those days. Okay, my phone's getting really hot. I'm gonna have to put some ice on it. See if I can keep this going. It's gonna change the angle a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna get some ice here. Okay, put some ice down here. See if this helps. Okay. All right. Therefore, a competition develops between the increased material desires and the increased sense objects. Due to this competition, the material world also increases. In this way, the roots of this tree spread all around. The actual form of this tree cannot be perceived in this world. No one can understand where it begins and where it ends, or where its foundation is. But with determination, one must cut down this strongly rooted tree with the axe of detachment. See, in this Kali Yuga, the Lord's trying to help us a lot. He gives us His taste, and this causes detachment. Otherwise, people try to be detached without devotion, without some bhakti. It comes by following this path here more and more. The axe must be sharp because the mind tends to run again and again to sense gratification. Thereafter, one must seek that place from which, having gone, one never returns, and there surrender to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, from whom everything began, and from whom everything has extended since time immemorial. So Arjuna says, "O Krishna, what are the qualifications of one who goes there and never returns? What kind of devotees attain the spiritual kingdom?" How do you judge one's bhakti? Yeah, well, how do you judge it? That's why the book Bhagavat's here. So, first of all, we have to judge it for ourselves also. Um, to continue on with it. But anyway, judging the books give an indication. That's why we have Chaitanya Charitamrita, Nectar of Devotion. It gives us some insight on what are the symptoms of this kind of bhakti. So that's one way, an important way. And also, as you're experiencing this devotion, awakening the heart for the Lord, it has a hurt you just experience these things. First of all, you feel detached. You become like detached. You become absorbed in a higher love. You feel yourself really purified. These are signs and symptoms of this pure bhakti. It gives you feel like this, like having an inner bath. You experience indescribable spiritual feelings, very difficult to describe. They're very intense and very wonderful. Yeah, stuff like that. So, so those who are free from false prestige, illusion, and false association, who understand the eternal, who are done with material lust, who are freed from dualities of happiness and distress, who know how to surrender to the Supreme, attain that eternal kingdom. So yeah, and this is why we need the mercy of Lord Chaitanya and devotees, because he's given us this taste, this spiritual awakening very easily. And it comes through his real devotees, not the false followers. Yeah, okay, I'm going to, I don't think I have the energy to go into this too much. I'll read a little bit more and then probably call it a night. I had a kind of a big day today. Let's see what other book I got here. A lot of books on this. Sri Chaitanya Chandrita. Yeah, okay. Sri Chaitanya Chandrita by Prabodhananda Saraswati Thakur. So we'll read chapter 3. May Lord Chaitanya, whose shoulders are like a lion's, whose smiling cheeks are the sweetest of all things, whose body displays various wonderful, auspicious symptoms, whose body displays various wonderful symptoms of ecstatic love of Krishna, whose features are splendid as the whirl of the blossoming golden lotus flower, and who is Sri Radha and Krishna joined in a single form, protect you all. You know, over the years, before I even started preaching, actually, like public stuff, I just felt so at home with Lord Chaitanya. I really felt the protection. It was amazing, Yeah, it was like I could always resort there. It's wonderful. Still wonderful. Gets more so. So when he saw new rain clouds, he was reminded of Lord Krishna and became like a madman with love for him. When he saw a peacock feather, he became agitated. And when he saw a Gunja bracelet, he trembled. When he saw a dark complexioned boy, he thought he had just seen Lord Krishna, and he became filled with fear and wonder. In this way, Golden Lord Hari preached the glories of pure devotional love for himself. He preached like that. That's actually, you could see that that's how people were judging who Lord Chaitanya was, and they could see this kind of like to look at rain clouds and to become overwhelmed, to become so soft that practically everything reminded him of Krishna. They said this must be the mood of Radha. Only she has got such deep bhakti. So it's, they could see by the symptoms he was not just an ordinary devotee. He was it had the very intense symptoms. So creating great tidal waves in the ocean of mercy, splendidly dressed in wonderful saffron garments, as glorious as the sun is. Yeah, I just a lot of times too, towards the end of the day, I just don't have the like mental strength to do much. It's one of those days. Sometimes it's okay, sometimes it works. But today it's not working. I'm a little bit tired, so I'm gonna just give up, throw in a towel. Anyway, we had a little chanting here. Yeah. Let's see what else we got here. So, what type of bhakti is most potent among 9 processes? Well, actually, they're all pretty absolute. It just depends on especially if you're awakened. What is your taste, and what is one practiced at? Is saffron color attractive or spiritual? Spiritual color. This is it's just the color in the world. It's a spiritual color. Not really. It's just a symptom of renunciation. It's still in Varnashram Dharma. The Lord just took that to play as a play, to trick the student community to become favorable to his teachings. Okay, Um, yeah, it's not so we'll end it here. So I'll see you guys in the morning. I'll rest up a little bit. I'm going to go to bed early. Yeah, so I'll see you guys in the morning. Bye.